Listen, man, if your interface looks anything like this,
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
we gotta talk. Look, I'm not gonna bash you. If it works for you, it works for you. The most important part of your interface is going to be your party frames. Pretty much everything that you design in your interface is going to be based around your party frames and your raid frames. So it's a good skeletal structure to start with. Almost every decision you're going to make is going to be based off these frames. The important things to track on your party frames are going to be health information, such as missing HP, healing absorbs, and shields. We need to be tracking our buffs, our debuffs, externals and cooldowns, and boss debuffs. You should also be tracking out of range indicators, raid markers, and role icons. Your party frames aren't just health bars. They're a real-time dashboard of everything happening to your group. None of this information is groundbreaking stuff. Even the Blizzard default UI includes all of it, but I think it's important to mention in case you start using custom party frames. That way you know what information you need to make sure that you have enabled. Speaking of Blizzard party frames, I just wanted to mention a couple of different options that you have. There's the Blizzard default frames. You could use LVUI. Both will require macros and click casting. And then there's Danders frames, which is my personal recommendation. It's highly customizable, has excellent debuff tracking. It has a clean information layout, and it's built specifically for healers. Now, I don't want to go through the entire settings of Danders frames, but I'll pull mine up on the screen now, and we'll kind of go through it together and just check out all the options that it does have, show you how to customize a few things. I'll briefly mention keybinding in case you wanted to start playing around with it now, but I'll be covering keybinding in the next episode. I'm sure you saw already in the gameplay footage what my frames look like in combat. I just wanted to show you a few options that you could change if you so choose. You can go into health bar here where it says custom color. It said it's class color, so now it's class color on front, and then for background let's do custom color. I prefer to have black on top. That's just me because I like to see the contrast, and I think the contrast is just easier for me to read. Now, I don't want to dive too much into this, but the key bindings is pretty simple. You would just assign an ability to a keybind or a click if you prefer. I like to set my stuff to left click, right click, alt left click, alt right click, just for all my targeted stuff. So it would be like your echoes, reversions, regrowths, stuff of that kind of nature, your dispels, your externals, all that kind of stuff. Now, Danders frames does have the option where you can customize the position of everything. I don't have this set up yet, but it's an option to you if you so choose. You might be able to find somebody that's got a profile with this set up already, but it's pretty new. So if it's something that you don't really want to set up yourself, Danders frames fresh out of the box works pretty good. I don't think there's much to really talk about when it comes to unit frames. It's really just your HP, enemies' HP, boss entities' HP. Essentially, I just use my unit frame as an anchor for myself where I need to see the important information. Like above my unit frame, I'll have what debuffs I have. Above my unit frame is normally where I put my boss timeline reminder, because I'm constantly looking at my own HP. So if my eyes are already on my own HP bar, then because my eyes are already there, I'm able to quickly glance and see what's happening in the next 8 seconds, 10 seconds, and be able to make my decision making from there. Your party frames are the skeletal structure for the whole interface. Like I said, every decision that you're going to make is going to happen right from those 5 bars, those 20 bars right in the middle of your screen. Seeing the information is only half the job. You also need to be able to react to it quickly. In the next episode, we're going to talk about keybinding, how to actually cast your spells through the party frames, and how to keep everything as linear as possible between your mains and your alts. If there's anything that I missed during this episode, something I didn't cover, some questions that you had, just write them down below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can.